Welcome to Who Said That? Television's sparkling conglomeration of quotes from the week's news and well-known people who should, but sometimes don't, know the answers.
Hello.
Hey, hello. Hey, hello to you too.
Who's this? Did you think you were calling Andy Kindler?
No.
Oh, because I'm his simple brother.
Who?
Eddie Kindler. Andy couldn't make it, Josh. He can't make it anymore. He said he's tired of the podcast, buddy.
Tell Andy I will give him $100 if he can stay.
So what?
If cousin Eddie can do the whole half hour.
Oh, okay. Well, it's mighty nice to meet you, Josh. Andy's talked so much about you.
Yeah? What does he say?
He said that Josh Elvis Weinstein, he's got a peculiar hitch in his get along.
I always thought of myself as more of a hitch in my giddy up kind of guy.
Yeah. You know what we say down here in the south of Van Nuys? Van Nuys.
Yeah, Van Nuys.
Van Nuys. Very nice. Well, that's the longest I've done a character.
All right, well,
years.
You don't get the $100.
Okay, but this is the week, baby. It's gonna be the week of your premiere. It's on December 8th. No, July 8th.
July 10th.
10th. Even better. Even better.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say.
Yes.
What a week, and what a week it's gonna be, and what a week it's been already, huh? This is my Positive Monday guy.
Yeah.
Monday motivations. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I need you to settle in on the noise front.
Oh, okay. How are you? Is that better? That's
better, yeah. No, it's just the mic was making sort of weird noises.
You sure it wasn't something else? I think we sold my mama's house, maybe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good.
So, doesn't matter what the numbers are. If I start giving you the numbers, I'm afraid I'll start lying.
I frankly don't want the numbers.
Who cares? I don't think we're going to lose any money, but we might not make that much money.
Well, you're not going to lose money because you didn't buy
my brother. What do you mean?
I mean, it's not your investment.
But can't you lose money once from the estate or something? Can't the estate lose money?
Well, how
does it work?
Is the house paid for?
Yeah, but she had to do a reverse mortgage, so there's $1 million mortgage on the house.
Wow.
Not a reverse mortgage. She had to take out a mortgage. It's not Tom Selleck. I'm very sorry.
I was pretty sure she only had been to the one rodeo, so I didn't think she was eligible.
Look, this is not my first. First of all, do you think I would even get involved with a scam? Let me ask you a question. Do you think Tom Selleck would rip off old Granny? Hi, old Granny. Do you think I would rip? I think
Tom Selleck's also, however, charming enough not to refer to someone as old Granny upon meeting them.
No, he's not that way. But it's not. I don't see why people. I don't get why people
say something like,
I
thought this was old Granny's daughter I was talking to.
Oh, I see. So he's trying to pick up the lady?
Well, he's trying to move a mortgage. I know that much.
I don't think he's trying to move a mortgage. I think he looks like he's halfway on the fence. And
I think you're wrong. I
don't think he cares.
I think his honor was called into question, and now he's all in, baby.
Let me tell you something right to your face, America. If you think Tom Selleck could rip you off, well, why don't you come right down here and prove it?
I'm so confident. I think we should not call it a reverse mortgage. I think we should call it a Selleck.
It's a Selleck. Why even put a name on it?
Not a Brimley, no.
No.
Not a late Brimley, not a late Fred Thompson, no.
No.
It's a Selleck.
Remember Fred Thompson, he would go down the street and he'd buy a newspaper and he'd say, "How's it going, Eddie?"
All right.
And Eddie never answered. And why didn't Eddie answer? I've told you this before, right?
I don't recall.
Because he's not paid.
Oh, right, yes. He's an extra, yes, of course.
Background.
Hi, Eddie.
How's it going? Head shakes up and down.
I'll catch you later on this newspaper. It's a reverse. Yeah. It's a reverse situation.
Mm-hmm. Hi, I'm Fred Thompson. You may know me from those stupid cop shows I spent too many years in.
Come on, Eddie. Let me not buy you a cup of coffee.
Eddie. Yeah. Hey. Oh, Eddie, just shut up.
Eddie, you're such a good listener.
Eddie, you're such a good listener. Look, Mr. Thompson, I'm begging you. You have to give me a speaking part in this commercial. My wife has cancer.
Eddie, don't even come near me when we're not shooting.
But Mr. Thompson, my family's very ill. My brother, and I need to have a speaking part. Eddie?
All right. I said the same thing after Watergate.
That was his finest moment, Fred Thompson.
Yeah.
Was he the guy in the Smokey and the Bandit movies? No, there's another guy who looks a little... Haas? Who's that guy? Haas? Hogs?
No. Well, Smokey and the Bandit movies? Are you talking about Pat McCormick, or are you talking about
like Haas.
Jerry Reed?
No, he's a guitar player, right?
Yeah, but he's...
No, is he a guitar player, or am I wrong?
He's a country singer guitar player, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I'm out of my depths. I'm already at my depths. I've already run out of room to bullshit. I'm not a good bullshitter.
Fred Thompson had that weird, prosecutor.
Oh, I know.
Prosecutor to actor to senator to actor.
Unbelievable. I mean, his politics were pretty horrible, but when he would play characters on TV, he would sound very friendly. Now, that's not what I'm trying to do here.
No, that's not what he played. He played hard-nosed bureaucrats always.
Uh-oh, I lost you.
Because I told you you were wrong?
Where'd you go? Okay, there you are. Something's wrong. I hope everything's all right on your end with the sound.
It's okay, except for when you pretend I'm not here.
I didn't pretend. Hey, look, you know what I'm looking at right now, Josh? A townplacesuites.com pen.
Oh, wow. You stole a pen from Minneapolis, baby.
Yeah, you don't think I made that trip work out for me? I also took some of the dry cleaner bags.
Nice.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them hard.
Fuck them over there at the Town Place Suites. I think the club's open now. Aren't they distancing over there?
Yeah, they're at like 25% capacity and then doing online simulcasts.
Oh my God, what are we going to do, Josh? I do see the light at the end of the tunnel now, though.
Do you?
Yeah, because
You're
I think
dying?
there's going to be. Well, that too. That's always the largest possibility is people my age and Susan's age. If we even get a whiff of it, talk about your viral load. Yeah. All we got to get is a sip of it, and we're out.
Right.
We're out.
Right.
Oh, by the way, comedian Andy Kindler is dead.
He just did a numbie with the virus.
I did a what?
A numbie.
What's a numbie?
It's where you take Coke and rub it on your gums.
No, what I'm saying is I'm not going to get a case that I'll survive from. I will just go in there and go, just give me the ventilator and put me down for Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, let's cheer. Let's take, you know what? I'm going to back out of this.
I just want, I just want a point. The light at the end of the tunnel was your point.
Oh, the light was that.
It ended up with you on a ventilator.
No, okay, forget that. No, that was a tangent. That's a tangent. Is they're going to get, I think they will get a vaccine. It seems like they'll get a couple of vaccines maybe. And they're also going to get some therapeutics or whatever they call it that makes it better when they treat it. So that's, I think, is the only chance we have, which I think will happen.
Yeah, no, I already thought there was that light at the end of the tunnel. I thought you meant one that would make me feel better now.
No, now is the worst because now is like our part of California has a lot of cases now.
Yeah.
It's not a good time for you to go out to your favorite restaurant.
No. Although I did have a friend over for lunch today and ate deli delivered, and it was very delightful.
Look, I think I might never see you in person again, but I just want to say good luck to you.
No, we ate outside. We were.
Oh, that was good.
We were several feet apart. And
is this somebody I know?
It's Ricky, maybe.
Uh-oh. Who?
Ricky Maybe is his name.
Oh, I know Ricky Maybe.
Yeah, and he's a Thought Spiral listener.
Okay, the reason why, again, your voice went out for some reason. I don't know what it is. I'm beginning to think that I need to be closer to the router. Is that a good podcast? That's a good show, but it's one of those shows where you just wish he'd be closer to the router, his voice. I don't want to say it's weak, but you're about 10 watts shy of a broadcast.
Closer to the router.
I did it. I did it. I did it. I outlasted you.
Yes.
I did it. I'm so proud of myself.
I was legit gobsmacked, I think.
Hang up or no? I'm over the hump of this phone call. I've been around on Mondays where I was like, whoa. Somebody woke up on the wrong side of the slab. You never wrote that to a script, did you?
I don't know. I tried to start telling a little story about having lunch, and you went off on this. It's like how many things do you think I have to go through?
Look, go fuck myself. You know what? Do me a favor. Kick my ass. Kick my ass like in the movie. I can't think of the name of the movie.
I'm doing 3 things a week, and you're burning them up with phone banter.
Yeah. You don't have a life to relate that anyone cares about. You finally have something different that happened to you. A meal with a friend, and I have to run over it like it's an old dog. Well, not an old dog. I don't want to have that image.
Why would you run over an old dog? That's terrible.
Now, let me ask you a question. You couldn't get Ricky definitely to the house?
Because you know the thing about making fun of people's names is no matter how good a joke you think you're making, you remind that person of the biggest asshole who ever made that joke.
And that's why I go right into, you're a grand old flag, you're a high flying. You gotta, as soon as they get sad about it. And I've done that to a lot of different people recently. No, about half a year ago, this person's name was their name. And I said, is that your real name? And it was her real name.
Yeah.
And so I was the 50,000th person to ask to make the joke about her name. And she was fine with it.
Monosodium glutamate was just fine about it.
Oh, you know what's funny? The MSG also stands for the Madison Square Garden Network.
That is really fun.
No, tell me more about that. Hey, tell me more about your COVID. Hey, COVID Kindler. It's COVID Kindler on the phone. I wish I could be a Dennis Miller type.
I don't really wish that.
All right, so what did you order? What deli, first of all?
We did Arts, because that's where we usually meet every couple of weeks for lunch.
Oh, my God. Now, why is it I've met him before, right? He's an actor, right?
He's an actor and director and writer.
Are you name dropping on me now?
No. I mean...
Well, he's an actor and writer.
Well, sure, fine. Ricky Maybe. Bagom boring.
Boing,
he was in the movie Goon. Boing, boing.
Maybe you know his work from Sing Tang.
We both had pastrami sandwiches. I had cheese. He did not. And it was just fun. It was fun to actually have a person. I mean, not that you're not a person, but you're not here.
Wait a second now. That's true. And you're not going to see me.
No, I know I'm not going to see
If this is you trying to weasel your way into...
I don't want it. I'm angling for an extra conversation with you per week.
Yeah, on the theory that you're so lonely that someone like me, even I would cheer you up in the same... if I was in your house giving you a nervous look.
I said people, okay?
Oh. Can I ask you a question? Is a piece of paper an animal? Is a popcorn nugget an animal?
Is a balloon animal an animal?
That's right. It's an animal. They're both animals. I mean, actually, you could technically say that they were. That's my new voice.
Yeah.
I'm having so much fun. Here's another thing that I'm doing, Josh. You're not going to believe it. Well, guess what I'm doing right now that a narcissist would do, but I'm seeming to enjoy it.
You're looking into the mirror and cupping,
yes!
and maybe cupping your ear, too.
No, just looking at myself in the mirror and seeming to be pretty entertained by it.
Yeah.
You're not an ugly man, like you said to yourself when you were younger.
This is what I call Andy Kindler's Zoom.
Andy, you're good enough.
Talk on the phone and look in the mirror.
That's a good thing. Yeah. You know what? When I get home, we'll do a fake FaceTime. I'll talk on the phone and look in the mirror.
Oh, that's a good joke.
Wait, that was a good joke.
It's the joke I just said.
Not really. I sold it. It was
word for word. You said FaceTime instead of Zoom.
I said that, so my wife's like, hey, how come we have all these off-brand phones? I don't get an iPhone. I said, look, honey, $10, stick a thing in the mirror and the thing, you got free FaceTime. Boom.
Boom.
I thought you'd have more to that story, like, what was the close? I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want you to answer me honestly. Did you get closer than 6 feet?
Yes, but not unmasked.
Oh, okay. Right. That's all I got. Where do you go outside? Oh, outside to the lovely back area.
To my patio, yeah.
And let me ask you a question. How much money have you spent in dog masks? Dog masks, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so funny. It must be a pleasure for you to do a show with me.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
No. I thought we're doing... Is this a pre-meeting for our Monday show?
I thought this was Mondays with Sugar Monkey.
I'm drinking a sugary drink, too. I just said that. I'm drinking a sugary drink, and it's actually giving me the sugar rush.
Yeah.
That's the only way I'm getting to the next minute in my life.
Gotcha.
Sucking down sugar. You're not addicted to sugar. I'm addicted. I guess we all... No, you're not, right?
No, not.
I guess you're better than me. No, I wish I could kick it. No, I'm glad that I don't have it in coffee. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
That's really not all I can say, but it seems to be.
It seems to be a lateral move from anything else, though.
I'm running low on... Oh, sorry.
How did your video shoot go on Thursday?
Oh, it went very well. It was fun. And I was nervous. I definitely was rusty. So I don't think if I was to be honest and say, was I on? I was not. There were many times during the thing where I was not really on, but I think with all the takes, I got what I wanted to say. So it was fun.
Good.
Yeah, they haven't called to return the stuff we had. We have a ring light that we were given for the shoot, and an extra love. And we're back with Technical Corner with Andy Kindler.
I was talking to Ricky Maybe today, and he had just directed a commercial a couple of weeks ago where it was literally like mailing people cameras and instructions and stuff.
Man, I would imagine they are doing a lot of that thing. Do you think they're going to start doing movies and things, or start doing sitcoms if they know everybody's? Why am I asking? You don't know, or you don't care, and maybe why should you just look it up? I'll Google it after the phone call.
All righty.
Because something's going on, though, right?
I gotta believe there's plans, I mean, the only stuff I've heard about is quarantined location shoots and stuff,
Yeah. That's going to get very old. I have an idea for a show. You ready? It's called Zoom, right?
Yeah.
It's about these people. All of a sudden there's a quarantine because of some unknown... Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm in the midst of trying to write whatever I'm writing, but it's so hard to know what world you're setting a story in,
Yeah. And I feel like it's one of those things where...
I think there's going to be a big rash of period pieces in the next couple of years because people can't figure out the present and how to tell stories.
Yeah. It's like watching Homeland after 3 or 4 years. They started, we didn't know that would happen.
Right.
Yeah. No, but it's also the thing where we've gotten past I've learned all the lessons I'm going to learn from the quarantine.
Yeah. No, the only lesson is people, that you just learn day after day and are bludgeoned with is people are fucking horrible. People are stupid. People are mean. People are selfish. People are,
I'm surprised by how stupid people are because you see these people, Broadway actors, Tony actors, people in their 40s and 50s, they're dropping dead from it. And these idiots are going to some beach thing. I just can't even believe it. Why would you ever? I never want to be packed in with people. I never want to be again from this thing. I don't know. I think people are. I don't know what. You wouldn't be on the beach. I wouldn't be. Nobody I know would be out there.
No.
Maybe.
No. I mean,
no, I don't think anybody would.
No, but that's, why we associate with them.
Seems like there's about 40% of the white population that's screwed up. Because I was listening to a show about David Duke.
Yeah.
And, he really didn't, a podcast. He really didn't.
That Slate thing, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You heard about that too?
Yeah, I've heard of some of it.
Yeah, and it's really good. But it's like, he never got numbers of people. But basically what the lesson is that if you have crazy things to say like him, there's about 40%, you can get 40% about the white people. They were talking about that in the late 70s and 80s. I mean, 80s, late 80s, early 90s. So I don't think it's that much different now, right? Isn't it always like 40% is where his approval rating peaks out? That's still a lot of people.
It's a lot of fucking people.
It's a surprising amount of people.
Yeah.
I thought we were supposed to, at the end of the day, think that basically people are all good and they do their best, and there's a couple of bad apples, but...
Yeah, well, I never thought that exactly, but I did think that the percentages were way different than what they actually are.
Yeah, and I also think I was under the misapprehension or whatever that society would be getting smarter.
Yeah.
Which maybe it is now, from the last minute here. We're going to pull it out of the fire.
I don't think there's any reason to believe that.
Like, you think he could be reelected?
No, I don't think that.
Right.
But I don't think that society is going to be saved simply by Trump being not reelected.
No.
I mean, I think it's an absolute must of a step.
Yes. But I was just thinking people really
and
have
I think,
changed.
And I think you'll feel great for a little bit because of it.
Yeah. It's not going to end everything, but it certainly would be a good start.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's just, it's unbelievably horrible.
Yeah. And it does seem the other part of it is that when I was never good with math, but when you get into this exponential thing, so it goes up to 20, 50, 100. When it gets to 1 million cases a day, should we sell? You know what I mean? It's going to get bad very quickly, soon. So
I tend to think we're in bad right now.
You mean right now it's bad?
Yeah, I don't know what your where your bad bar is.
Well, when it gets up to, I guess the exponential part. I don't mind times 2, but when you start squaring everything, I don't know. I just can't think about it. The only thing I'll say is that so far I've been on the right side of the where to be since March 11th.
You've stayed on the right side of your front door.
Oh, absolutely. I've paid to have food delivered. I have a guy named Eddie who comes over, and that's it. I'm sorry. I don't know. Tonight, I thought before the phone call that I was going to be I was really, really going to be less annoying than normal. And I think I have a little bit, but I think
you're about normal annoying tonight.
Oh, it's nice.
You were good. You had a good week last week. You weren't that annoying at all last week.
I know, so you were hoping, maybe he's made some growth.
Yeah, but I also think that you're a 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of guy.
Definitely. And what was that movie that was kind of funny with Richard Dreyfuss was in it? And Baby Steps?
Oh, What About Bob?
You know what I'm talking about?
What About Bob?
Yeah. I like that movie.
Yeah, I did too.
Does it hold up?
Probably.
That would be the only kind of homework I'd ever want to do, but I probably wouldn't do it again. Let's watch the movies we liked before and see if they're still good. Have you seen anything good, like series-wise, or anything that you're going to recommend, Andy? This will turn around the feeling to the end of the world?
No, that I can't promise. What have I watched? I don't know. It's like I actually am watching lots of stuff, but it just sort of passes through right now.
Oh, have you heard this? People say
I did watch
kids.
I did watch The Hamilton.
Oh, how was it?
It was good. You know, I saw it live, so I knew what it was I was seeing, but I enjoyed watching it on film more than watching it live. Because
I still haven't seen it. Why?
Well, the cast was better than what I saw, for sure. And I wasn't like uncomfortable for most of the time and looking around and, you know, knowing that the person next to me wanted to leave.
Oh, right. Plays can be problematic.
Yeah.
Do you think it's overrated? I haven't seen it at all. Or you think it's good?
It's hard to say it's overrated.
Right.
I mean, I don't love it. I think it's a pretty amazing accomplishment in a lot of ways. Right. But I'm not a continental Kool-Aid drinker.
I never heard that expression before.
Because I just made it up.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
No wonder why I enjoy it. I like new things.
I didn't drink the continental Kool-Aid. Is what
I look there.
Yeah. But you know, I think there's tons and tons of great stuff in it. But there's also the storytelling is such that it's all exposition, you know. Yeah,
I can see that, even though I don't know much about it. It's all historical exposition, right?
Well, yeah. I mean,
thank you. Did I mention I haven't seen it, and I knew that much, right? It deals with Hamilton and his and the people of his age.
Right. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Did I nail it?
History people, we call them.
But you know, the way you're talking now, I think you're mocking my intelligence now. That's the way I say it. No. You are such a bright man. Oh, it is a pleasure to be around someone of such superior intellectual abilities.
No, I think you might even understand Hamilton.
What? Well, he's from Hamilton Beach, right? It's about the guy who came up with mixers.
Yeah, it's the Bludger story.
Come on, that's pretty good. Me pulling out that thing out of my ass.
Yeah, you had 5 years to think of it.
Well, I watched the whole season of 90 Day Fiancé, which was pretty good. It's pretty good, and it's terrible. But
did they get married at the end?
Some people do, some people don't. You at the end, you know you've been had, but there were some nice moments.
Yeah.
I really saw some nice moments. I really like the escapist quality of it.
Yeah.
The good thing I'm not a reviewer.
Right. Well, you know, whatever. If it gets you through your day, I'll try not to mock you about it.
You could mock me about that.
You could mock me about it.
No, don't mock my voice. That's not what to do. No, don't mock the sound of how I am. Mock me for what? Take the road less roaded.
Okay.
Don't fucking hang up on me. I swear to God, you son of a bitch. Right. I can smell it.
I didn't move my hand. I did not move my hand.
I can smell it on your breath.
No, I was actually thinking, should I shift it to meaner gear?
I still have bagels left from by the way.
I do too.
Those might be the best salmon. That's maybe the best salmon it's always excellent, but it was Susan enjoyed. She sent you a picture of her enjoying it on gluten-free crackers.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. Very, very, very good. And if I was good with adjectives, I'd describe more. But I have to describe it for people. It lives in between having fresh salmon, not really, and smoked salmon. And it's not exactly right what I'm saying, but you can really sense the salmon that it came from.
It lives in.
Are you there?
It lives in between grilled salmon and lox.
That's what better yet.
But yeah.
What's our next thing? What's our next? There's got to be something that we got to order next. I'll figure it out. I'll think about it. Still want bagels. I really am in a carb, like a what's it called when you want to make yourself feel better through food?
Comfort food kick.
Yeah. But you know, I'm beginning to see that this pretzels thing, it's kind of a dead end.
Yeah, it's a fool's paradise.
It really is, because I like a pretzel. Like, oh, these are the greatest pretzels, and then a week later, it's like, get this garbage out of my face.
Yeah, it's a gateway snack.
This is a problem for Susan and I. Maybe you could help us. We don't have enough snacks. Don't you feel like you're out of snacks?
I am purposely out of snacks right at the moment.
Yeah, but don't you mean like, I'm talking about like you want, I can't explain it, healthy things.
Yeah.
Like a little tuna fish salad over here, then you move on to some melon.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, well,
you don't.
It's hard, because there's no spur of the moment store going anymore,
That's true.
You can't just go for the store for two things because you're hungry.
Today I went over and I climbed over the fence and just lied down in one of the parking spaces. And I was like, please, God, if there's any God up there, let's get this show on the road.
I wonder when they're opening.
They're close. They got to be close. If anything reopens.
Yeah.
Not that close, though. But many. I hope there's a Starbucks in there.
I know how you love the Starbucks.
I hope there's some kind of a bank ATM.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I would have hung up on it myself by now. Yeah. I think at this point
you wouldn't be wrong. You wouldn't be wrong.
No, but I mean, at this point, I think the gag is that you'll never hang up now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that might be.
Because I can't see, like.
No, now you're doing it.
You came in. What?
Nothing. Yeah.
Don't do it, you fuck. Fucking don't do it.
No,
just don't do it.
Do your little gag.
Just don't do it.
I'm not
doing it. I am not doing it.
All right.
What kind of a intellectual powerhouse am I that all I can do is kind of parry you in the moment?
So let me just get this clear. You're declaring you're not going to hang up.
No, not me, baby.
Okay. Then
it's going to have to be you.
Then it's justified.
I imagine the technique of turning out a creation like the Flintstones is quite a different bit than making a conventional movie.
They start with the voice, We don't mouth to a finished artwork. They start with the voice, and there's a reason for that. The artists take from our voices and draw accordingly. For instance, if we have a take, if let's say Barney and I are driving along, and Mel says, hey, that monster's in back of us, and I'm being brave, and I say, I don't care if that monster ever gets close to me, and I turn around and see him, and I say, Now, the artist has to be able to match this kind of thing, you see?
I've been trying to, I don't pick the phone right up anymore. You know what I mean?
You don't want to seem desperate.
No, that's right. That's right. I want to make you feel like I really want it. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, also, I've decided I'm going to be using the expression off pod a lot. Off pod.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay. So when we speak off pod?
Exactly.
Gotcha.
That's exactly what I'm saying. And I have the shirts. I ordered the shirts.
For our off podcast?
Yes. Are you off pod? And then people will ask you, what does that mean? Is that you have to be gotta be a listener.
They'll say, are you off your meds?
That's another t-shirt.
Yes.
Why put it all on one? Good evening, Josh, Elvis Weinstein.
Hello, Andy David Kindler, you rotten, dirty swindler in the evening.
I'm opera man for the 2000s, opera man for the 2020s, opera man.
That was more Gilbert and Sullivan. That was more, Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Well, Gilbert and Sullivan, I know that one play, and all of their comedy is, listen, mister, I'll hit you in the head, and you... No, it's not what their comedy is.
No, it's really
a guy named McGillicuddy. Isn't it like a guy named McGillicuddy? There's something like off. It's not funny comedy.
It's not really funny, no.
But it's sarcastic. And if you knew the...
Yeah, it's a highly reverent form of irreverent.
Yes. Oh, and then the people go, can you believe it? I'm wearing General Schmeppel's clothes.
Andy, admit it, you don't know what Gilbert Sullivan.
No, I do. Oh, give 3 cheers and 1 cheer more for the mighty Captain of the Pinafore. Oh, give 3 cheers and 1 cheer more to the Captain of the Pinafore. Quack.
Did you play the duck?
Quack, quack. No, I didn't play the duck, but the guy who played the duck was sick. Get it?
He had an
Get it?
He had an underducky.
You know, my new comedy CD is called Get It?
Get it? Yeah. Well, I mean,
Get it?
Your current one's called Hence the Humor. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. They'll all be the same thing. Get it? So therefore, It's Funny is the name of the one after that.
Right.
Laugh, you, and then the last one before I die, laugh, you fucking asshole.
Why aren't you laughing?
Why aren't you laughing, you stupid assholes who you know, you didn't, Louis C.K. you were fascinated with. You could have gotten behind me. Dead.
I couldn't masturbate in front of you if I wanted to.
He died he was very depressed that his soft penis bit, which he thought would be as big as Jack Benny is cheap, never took off.
His soft penis bit, much like his penis, stopped working.
Oh, Lordy. I didn't mean to say oh lordy, because I think that's minstrelsy.
Yeah,
I'm not doing any minstrelsy stuff.
Well, except for oh lordy.
Well, is this a racist song? Mom, those ones like Mom's Little Baby Like Short and Short. Aren't all those songs probably racist?
Yeah.
Put on the skillet, put on the bread. Mama's loves a little shortening bread.
You can keep singing it, and it's not going to get less racist.
Put on the skillet. Hey, oh, yo, Uncle Rufus, come on down with your cream corn and your spit. This is how you would, if you wanted to just say, look, it's like it would be the current version of The Producers.
Yeah.
What can I do in one tweet or one performance or one blackface video or one holding up a slaughtered goose, whatever it is, the slaughtered head of Cheney, whatever it is, what could I do that would for sure end it all?
It reminded me of, do you remember, here's a MASH memory, when Harry Morgan appeared on the show as a crazy general before he was cast as Sherman Potter.
I have a memory of seeing that because I do it rings such a bell like, oh, I knew that, but I don't remember him as the crazy guy.
Yeah, he was like a crazy racist general. And he basically he exits the show almost with I think it's when, speaking of racism, Spear Chucker Jones was still on the show, but it was another black cast member.
Oh my God, that was the name of a character?
That was the name of a character, ladies and gentlemen, on MASH.
Was he a black fellow?
You think?
And what was his take on it?
He was an anesthesiologist in the earliest seasons, and he was in the movie as well.
Oh my God! Well,
he was a character from the movie.
Well, in the movie was more like Robert Altman. You didn't really know what the movie was about. You didn't enjoy the movie that much. All your friends did. You wanted to like it more, and you read stuff into it that wasn't there, and then you really didn't even enjoy that movie till the TV show MASH came on the air, and now you've replaced the memories of MASH with the 3 or 4 decent scenes from the movie. And I got that from you, by the way.
Yes, I feel okay about that.
Yeah, because it certainly isn't based on a recent viewing of the movie.
Right.
And I'll be back with more bitter.
So
you can't tell.
So the Harry Morgan character, he gives an order to the black character, and he goes, "But first, a number."
Oh my
goes,
God!
What? You know, a musical number. You people are good at that. And then he starts into, hey, hey, Uncle Bud, it's a treat to beat your feet on the Mississippi mud. Hey, and he like dances off stage.
Sounds like he's ripping off Rickles' Broadway Vegas act.
Kind of does, yeah.
Hey, is the black guy in the first row ready to do a number?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Has I ever been pulled from the rotation?
I don't know.
But still, the heart of that joke was in the right place.
Absolutely. He was a racist character, yes.
And I would argue...
Someone still has to answer for Spear Chucker Jones, however.
No, that doesn't work for us. Because it's sarcastic. You could say, look, I call myself Spear Chucker Jones. I know that's a stereotype. I'm rescuing Spear Chucker. All I can think of is miles of silence, hours and hours of silence. And somehow, next Monday, I'm not even in the podcast somehow. Andy got injured.
Andy would like to apologize.
Yeah.
You can see his... he had to do
Monday,
he did such a long apology that he had to do the one where he types it out, takes a picture of it, and posts to Twitter.
What is that? They do that when there's a big thing?
Well, you screenshot when you have more thoughts than the one tweet can hold.
Hey, now you're opening up a whole new thing. Forget goodbye. I don't even know how many characters there are. 280, 180, or 280 something.
Yeah, 200. I think.
And I want to say, if I haven't said it before, that was the biggest thing that ever happened was people predicting it would all change Twitter. It's actually helped Twitter.
It has, yes and no. I mean,
I see what you mean.
Look at what Trump's been able to do with that extra stuff.
You're right. But it was weird when you'd spend 20 minutes trying to squeeze something into one tweet.
I liked it. I kind of did. I liked the game. I liked that it made people think funny instead of blowhardy.
Yeah, you're probably right. I thought I was onto something, but I'm usually not. But I am doing this with myself on tweets. Sometimes I'm trying to, because it's easy to do it with tweets. I edit them down brutally.
Yeah,
and it's easy to do with them because I know I'm not going to like any of it 6 months from now.
Yeah,
and it really does work. It really does work. It's like
it works. It works in stand up too.
Don't get me any. Come on, I need the time. Exactly. I didn't get. I'm not on there to cut them down. Right. I'd like to add a bridge, use it as an improv thing with the crowd. What'd you think of that joke? Right. Boom.
All right. Yeah. Why aren't you laughing?
Why aren't you? Hey, that was a good thing. That was an excellent Twitter where you had that joke that was very funny, and then I acted like I was upset about it.
Which one?
About the science thing. It was from the Science News.
Right. Oh, yes.
You pay up, Kindler. Oh, come on. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is not the best podcast listening fare.
No,
is hearing me recount.
It's not.
Remember when you went after...
remember that time you said that thing and then I said that thing? Wasn't that great? It was the best.
It was fun. It was good.
People enjoy that when we banter like that.
Well, I'm at the first lull. My mind went blank for 1/2 of a second, so I have to turn around and torture Josh. Josh, I'm feeling a lull. Oh, thank you, Andy, for bringing it to my attention. I'm done. Sometimes my musical writing isn't up to snuff.
No, it's more like Gilbert and Gottfried.
Gilbert O'Sullivan. Oh my God! Now I'm that guy.
Now you're some sort of bird.
I have dipped my toe back in Facebook. It's not doing it badly, but I'm using it to send old pictures.
You're supposed to use your face.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh my God, is that a joke?
You're looking for toe book. Am I right?
I think you should lie down. If you don't feel any better in a half hour.
I am lying down.
Oh, that's sad. Okay, get up.
All right.
Shake it up. Shake that joke up.
All right.
You're not lying down. And I'm going to tell you something. If you're naked again, like you told me off pod, that you were completely naked.
Yeah.
I kept saying, okay, that's fine. No, I want to tell you about it. You said.
I'm never completely naked. I always have.
I know. That's what Alice
I always have my blanket of shame.
Yeah. Now that's a joke in your act, right?
No, it's a joke I just said right now.
Okay, well that's in your act.
Okay.
How is that not a joke? Why would you? If I were you, I would have hung up on me to jot that down.
Well, I'm recording it.
Okay, but that's right. You will listen back as opposed to me, who gives lip service. Once I said about it.
I can put that in my quote unquote act. Right. I'll get on an airplane and go do my act somewhere.
Yeah, when you get your act going again.
Yeah.
Well, I once was said to a ventriloquist, I said, I like, everyone seems to like your act, but I'm not just going to give you lip service. Lip service.
Yeah.
Lip service. Lip service. Why were you cranking your fucking chair on that line? You ruined the line for me. And you yell at me for sounds. You crank your chair as if you were an old man, as if you were on the porch with Barney and Andy.
Well, the audience didn't hear it, and you're just sounding amateurish now.
Well, that's my hook. People love that. That's why they watch Wally George, because he was a nut. Maybe people like me because I'm irrational, get angry, and then I come back and win your hearts over.
Okay, so our underlying premise is that people like you.
Yeah, I don't think that works. All right, so let's take that. I don't want to go back to the woodshed. What do they say when they go back to the drawing board?
They say that.
I wonder how they got that metaphor. Back to the drawing board. Let me think. Let me jot down a couple of notes. Let me jot down outline for looking up why they wrote that down. I can't go as long as you. I can't go. I admit it. I'm not comfortable with myself. I did get into comedy to have people laugh at me as a substitute for love. I never got it as a child.
Yeah.
If there is silent slogan in 5 seconds, I think it's my fault and the person hates me.
Well, no, I actually do love you, but don't laugh at you. So it doesn't have to be a substitute. When we write comedy together, we're those people who go, look, we're comedians, but we don't laugh at things. We're professionals. All right.
Occasionally we'll say...
I judge and he apologizes over and over.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. Solid stuff. Josh and I just wanted to let you know, since we are also a duo, solid stuff. Solid stuff. Does not make me laugh out loud because that would be amateurish.
Right. That's a good joke, is what we say.
Good joke. Good joke. Well, that's what Seinfeld said.
We don't even repeat it like that.
No. Sometimes we just sweat a little bit on our upper lip. Yeah. It's considered a delicacy. How much longer do you think I would go in this vein?
I don't
Another
know.
Hour, another 2 hours?
There's a certain plate spinning aspect to it all.
I'll tell you what the problem is. I always feel like I should write down a couple of things that I want to talk about, just in case, and I never write that down.
Right.
And sometimes I do. So now all I'm just thinking of the whole time is you didn't write it down, and then when you know how it is when I start to kick something into gear.
I do.
When I try and kick it off like as a big thing.
Yeah, with or without fuel, you'll kick it into gear sometimes.
Right. Which is which a lot of people won't do. It's one of my hooks, but it doesn't help anybody else. I will mumble on.
Yeah.
Inconsequentially.
Well, I used to say that was part of your charm, but that's worn off.
I know. It's been a long time since I've heard you say anything close to, boy, you say something once, it doesn't get a laugh, and then you keep going, and then eventually it gets funny again, just you trying to be funny or to explain yourself 6 months later. I do find a couple of things you say funny. A year later, I hate him. If I could kill him and nobody would care and it wouldn't hurt his wife and I'm not even sure it would, I'd kill him right now.
All right.
2 years later.
You're just talking at me. I can't take it. If we're not going to have a conversation, we'll try again. It's okay.
No. This is Wednesday. This is Hump Day. Now you really are getting on my nerves now. You know Hump Day's our big day.
Yeah.
Where we talk about. Okay. Do you want me to cry again? And you hang up on me?
It was a good moment that I just let pass.
We almost had food. Ran out of food. We still have not ordered one meal. Not one meal.
I've ordered many. It's almost commonplace now for me.
But I'm not even bragging. I'm just saying it's odd. It's almost like we don't want to break a streak now. And I'm sure we've saved money, right?
I would think so, unless you're, shopping stupid.
Well, honey, I know we want a couple of hamburgers, but they say you can only get it 10 pounds at a time tonight. It's 10 pounds Tuesday. 10 pounds Tuesday. The hell with it. Just get it and throw it out the window. I was very upset to know that I had to throw ground beef away. I didn't realize when I was a kid, you'd leave it in your sock drawer or something and have a burger later on.
In your sock drawer, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, my rhythm isn't so bad.
No.
It's not so bad. It's not so bad. It's not. So, did you know that, though, about if you order a fresh ground hamburger, you should eat it within a couple of days? Of course you know that.
You mean eat like raw hamburger, like?
Yeah, they're saying raw hamburger, if you don't eat... I used to think you could keep it there for a while, but they say no.
No, you eat it or freeze it pretty darn quick because there's a lot of surface area on the ground beef that you don't have with other meats.
And I only found that by looking for a long time. That there's a lot of surface area.
Just mapping it out in your mind.
Yeah. So I was very proud of myself when I said, Susan goes, no. I said, well, let me go along. Because I wasn't aware of this rule. I was thinking of it like chicken or I don't know what I was thinking of.
Well, I mean, it's still, it's not like, I mean, you can kind of tell what's going on with beef and just in terms of it loses the oxygen and it gets gray and then, yeah.
Yeah. The gray is the first sign. But we had 2 steaks last night and they were kosher and they were delicious.
Yeah.
And I don't know why we didn't mean to order kosher, but a lot of times when you order the way we order, where they drop it off at the house, where they bring it to the house.
They go, they must be Jews.
No, but there's a lot. There are inevitably mix-ups, and every single time they bring it. Like one time they brought 5 bundles of dill.
Yeah. And
a couple of frozen food. That's why we very carefully say you can only replace it with this now. But if you let them go nuts, they don't have the same taste that you have. People who have shopping for a living now.
Yeah, no, psychopaths don't understand the lateral move.
And a lot of people, if someone's, they're in that new Ralph's, it's not going to be easy for them.
Right.
Because they text you during.
Yeah, I hate the idea of people shopping for me. Honestly, I like I'd rather do the takeout than have someone shop for me.
Yep. You know what it is? It's a process of. I'm more scared of going into a place right now.
I understand, and I don't think you're wrong necessarily.
No, I know you. I didn't even think you were saying it like I was wrong, but I can certainly understand that you don't like it because it is kind of frustrating to let that go.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm as a cook, I need to see what I'm going to cook.
Oh, and if you think,
Allison has become a good deputy now. I've trained her to pick out good meat and good stuff now.
But that's absolutely. If you think that there's a theory that says I can order it online and I bet I get just as much good fruits and vegetables. It's not true.
Yeah, it bugs me.
And we had a watermelon, big watermelons, virtually tasteless.
Yeah. But would you have known how to pick out a better watermelon?
That's the problem. Sometimes watermelons you can't. I don't really know how to pick out a watermelon. So if there's any tips you can give me, Susan gives me tips. Her father was in the business, so she gives me but I don't remember them ever. I know if it's too soft, you don't want to buy it. And if it sounds too full.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not.
I buy a watermelon every 5 years. So. And what I usually do is I go to the produce guy. Can you pick me out a good watermelon?
Well, that's what used to be famous for, Gelson's.
Yeah.
Gelson's, they always know what's good over there. And a lot of people who might be listening to the show now go, this last 10 minutes has maybe been the most boring run.
I liked it better when Andy was talking at Josh.
Yes. This is such drivel, such uninteresting. You know how they go, it's a view into your life? Nobody wants a view into that part of your life. Let me show you how when I make my vinegar water mixture.
I had the same conversation with Madison yesterday. We were talking, and it was just like, old men complaining about their houses. It's just like, when did we become this fucking boring?
Well, if you're homeowners at this time period, I think it's going to be a tough thing because aren't you in the mode of I don't want anything to happen now because I don't want anybody in the house.
Yeah.
working on stuff.
There's that, yeah. But I've had plumbers now. I've had,
I know you're having big plumbing parties, and I heard you had a lighting contractor party. No, but you haven't had an actual party at the house or anything, right?
No, I have not had a party at the house.
Why do I sound like a neighborhood watch person?
I had my elderly mother-in-law over, though, last week.
You don't say that to her.
About that?
No, but you don't call her your elderly mother-in-law, right?
I could. I wouldn't feel bad. I wouldn't feel.
Oh, because
I wouldn't feel off base.
So, how is she looking and stuff?
She's looking very good.
I don't mean looking, feeling. Forget looking.
No, I meant look. I wasn't saying she was. She was perfectly presented. I was saying that she looked healthy and happy. My nephew is living with her, and he's doing a good job keeping her going.
Oh, that's something. Nephew. So your dad. Okay. Explain to me again. That's his grand.
Allison's brother's son.
Oh, okay. I'm lost already.
So it's his grandmother.
Oh, okay. That must be a cool thing for him, or it could be horrible.
No, I think it's both. But I think he's embracing the horrible, and most of it's funny. So
yeah,
and they can, and they're like funny, mean to each other, and it's good.
And does he also need a place to stay too?
Yeah, no, it's working out for him too.
Yeah. Now, if you want to tell him that he can, and if he needs tactics for how to steal money from because I know I used to steal money from my mother's wallet.
Yeah. If
he needs any tips,
I will pass. I will put you two together.
Well, the main tip is if your mom, and I say this to everybody,
I think Zoom has a special membership for amoral people.
I saw a funny thing in the New Yorker. Sometimes those shouts and murmurs, which is like the 1-page comedy thing they do every week.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really funny. Sometimes it's not. But This was so funny about someone pitching something during the COVID, pitching something, the screenplay, getting notes on his rom-com screenplay. And it's just so funny because they want every idea. Could it be someone at a Zoom meeting? Instead, they keep wanting him to change it. And I'm not even saying it right. Maybe I shouldn't go into the business of introducing things I've read.
You're not the best at recounting.
I know.
Recounting a structured thing.
I know. And I thought I would be. I wanted to be. I never wanted to be a reviewer. I wanted to be okay. When I did want to be articulate when I was younger.
Yeah, well, there's the window's still open for that.
Oh, okay. And wouldn't you say when I talk about regular in terms of like intellectually, I know how to express myself well, like on an intelligence level, right?
With the best of them.
I'm endlessly entertained by the various ways of you lying to me. I love it. Oh.
I would say you're towards the top of your group.
Oh boy, I'll tell you, one of the things I said to my wife when I met you was that guy's really, very, very, he's good with facts and stuff.
You're one of the best in your category.
Right. Good of its kind. You're good of its kind. I thought you were going to be like a physicist once when I first met you because, you'd failed at everything else and seen. I'm yet too much yes-anding.
Yeah.
But now I know it's a half hour in. I feel we've got enough, even with your complaining about how I was.
I'm sitting back. There you go. Here, let me do a squeak for you to cover your hang-up sound.
I'm not, the thing is, I'm not as predictable as you would think. I think I'm maybe more predictable.
A little more.
I could never do a prank. So forget about short-sheeting your bed, which of course, ladies and gentlemen, in the book of greatest jokes is... I tried to at my roast. Would you say this if I ever get roasted?
Yeah.
I short-cheated Andy's bed, and it took him 4 weeks to figure it out. Folks, seriously, that's a short guy.
I thought this guy could take a joke. I short-cheated his bed. Turns out he didn't notice.
Look, I don't want to make fun of Andy's height, but it's one of the several things about him I find disgusting. That's the type of roast you don't want to be at.
Yeah. First thought theater roast.
Yeah, first thought theater roast. I think you're truly a greedy person. I don't think it's an act. Next.
Right. Next up, yuck.
Josh Elvis Weinstein. Did anybody ever tell you your beard looks like leprosy? Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Leprosy is funny, folks.
But to be serious for a moment, I love this guy.
Let me tell you something. I love this guy. Do you think people are going to be embarrassed that they were on the Donald Trump roast? Or they're not, probably, right?
No, I don't think you weren't suborning a war criminal up until he became one.
That's true.
He was just an attention whore jackass back then. That's
true.
You shouldn't be proud to be associated with him, but you shouldn't be ashamed either.
That's what I was pitching back then. I was yelling at Penn Jillette for calling him Mr. Trump.
No, I don't. I think you were ahead of the
curve,
the evil sensing curve. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Because in a way, you could say I could have been wrong about him being. Well, of course, I mean, who would have predicted it? If you had told me, Andy,
many dismissed him as harmless and unimportant.
That's true. How could you have known, though, Josh, that of all the harmless and unimportant things I would talk about, that one took off?
I was just the sheer odds, I think, got you on that one.
Yeah. Well, no, I think I've been right about, wasn't I ahead of the curve on Louis C.K., or was it more, I was just...
It's hard to know because you're so wildly jealous.
True. Hard to separate.
Yeah.
Often. Yes, sir. Hard to separate the person's own issues from the comedy.
But Donald Trump, I don't see a big ulterior agenda other than you were hired to be on a TV show to talk shit about him.
Right. Wait, I wasn't hired. Oh, that's right. But I do remember, complaining about him to a friend of mine who worked for him, and he was telling me, you don't know how horrible this guy is. Oh, my God, you don't know how horrible he is.
Yeah.
And now we're finding out.
I think we all can say we know how horrible he is.
Look, if you're not going to hang up the phone, just punch me in the face. Do something.
All right. Okay. Lean in.
Okay.
I'm making you do it tonight.
Okay. All right. So let me distract you.
Right.
Did you hear about this thing in the sub-Saharan Africa?
Oh, very interesting. I'm so in.
Oh,
you're still here?
What? I can't get.
Continuing to spread laughter as you did when you performed with Steve Rossi, even now in your older age, as you perform with your lovely wife, it brings you a sense of purpose.
Yes, and we enjoy performing together. Mm-hmm. And she's such a marvelous singer, and she's a great straight lady, and she never knows what I'm going to say or do when we do the act, and that's also very, very amusing. She thinks I'm going to answer the question, and I change it, and she looks at me and says, what is that? And all of a sudden, I get a feeling of enjoyment of doing that to my wife.
Good evening, Josh. This is me, and I'm sincerely happy to hear from you. I hope it's you, unless someone has commandeered your phone. Ha, ha, ha. This is my new fake guy.
Is it new? Is it really that new?
No. It's a repackaging of my actual personality, which exists as a faux, funny, sarcastic guy who seems to be above every conversation.
Yeah.
And sees life as deigning. Every appointment is I'm deigning to appear. I'm deigning. People should be lucky I showed up.
Well, I've been doing interviews all day, so I can adjust to pretty much anything. So.
Well, no. Okay, no, I won't go to. Okay, no to Josh. I'm only going to go 40 seconds with this rant. Okay.
Right, okay, go.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. You don't tell me. Oh shit. I forgot what my angle was. You don't tell me what to do. You don't tell me how to be. No, that's not the angle. It's like, oh yeah, why do you think that I'm being a certain way that you have to deal with? Yeah, aren't I less than if you say, oh, I just need to adjust to your style.
Yeah, that was the implication, yes.
Oh, I'm tired from trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm winded.
And it was all for naught, which is the saddest part.
Not?
Yes.
Like as in Norton? I haven't been funny. I haven't been funny in about 3 days. Hey, Josh. I haven't been funny since I think Wednesday.
No, it wasn't on this show.
Oh, got in. That one got in because normally I keep my diaphragm, if that's not the right word, diaphragm, I keep my stomach in there because I know you're about to cut. I never know when the cutting punch is going to happen.
Yeah.
Good evening, Josh. It's
Hi,
Andy Kindler. How are you?
It's good. Is this Andy I'm talking to now?
Might not be. Could be. It could be a ruse. It's a hoax. David Blaine is a hoax.
I need to talk to Andy. I want to talk to Andy now.
Okay. The Salem witch trials was a hoax. Okay. Josh, can I say one thing?
Sure.
I do have one thing, is a question for you that's apropos of nothing, but is this a good song, or is this a song about another song that is a good song, or is it a terrible song that I like just because I was a kid? And then along comes Mary, and with the supersonic and the singing and the booba and the shingles and the whoo, ba-dee-doop doop. Is that a real song, or is that a bad song, right? That I liked for
I believe it's the Mamas and the Papas. Hi, everyone. I'm aware it's the association who did the song and not the Mamas and the Papas. I heard it today and knew I was wrong immediately, so no need to write. Okay, back to the show.
And then along came Mary, ba-doo. I love the Mamas and the Papas. Well, not that way.
I feel like you're belittling them.
I'm sorry. I hear my friends over there in the background.
Clyde's barking at something.
Maybe he discovered it. Did you say you do have raccoons, right?
We don't really. Have
you ever seen one?
Yeah, we've had a couple over the years, but not raccoon. We didn't have raccoon problems.
But we saw a raccoon I saw a raccoon a few nights ago, and it's like, I think they scared the living daylights out of me.
Yeah, they're unpredictable little bastards.
And they're not running. They didn't even run when the alarm light came on.
No, that's part of why they're bastards, is because they're very confident.
Oh my God. That sounds, you know what? It sounds.
Their tactic is, I'm not really scared of you. You do what you want.
Right. I could see me learning from that kind of behavior, because I think I felt that way too.
It's a pose. It's definitely a pose.
It's a pose.
Yeah.
Yeah, just strolling around. No.
Yeah. No, because, I can still hit him with a shovel.
But it's not something to call animal control over, is it? I mean, why do we have raccoons?
It depends what's going on.
Okay.
If you just see one, no. I would say no.
Well, how can you sense trouble amongst raccoons that you need to keep an eye out for?
If they're coming into your house, that's a problem.
I hope not. I'm on the second floor.
That's why I don't have a dog door.
Yeah, that's right. You told me that.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, I wouldn't have one just for a tiny monster that could come in.
All right.
I had a boogeyman as a kid.
Sure, of course you did. Of course.
Tiny guy.
Yes.
I didn't need a boogeyman.
Why would you need a big monster?
I didn't need a boogeyman. We had so many things that I could just think up, like my mother's reaction to my spilling the ink on the sink. She was monstrous. See?
Yeah.
Way more scary.
You should win a pennant for that stunt.
I hope she doesn't hear this. This is the only thing I did the joke again. He did the joke again. This is Gilbert and Sullivan. Sound like this, right?
Yeah.
He did the joke before, Mr. Haas.
Do the joke.
We could have written that guy. You know what? If we had been born during those time periods, we would have been like, who knows? But we would have written things like that or something. I don't know.
No, we would have crumbled under the pressure of the class system.
Yeah, because until recently, and not even now maybe, until recently, just having brute strength was enough to be in charge, right?
Yeah, sure. Still is in a lot of situations.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at Trump, he's not a genius, but were some of these guys, was Genghis Khan a bad guy But it seemed like he was from the movies.
I think he's a bad guy overall. Yes.
Yeah. Was he smarter than Trump, or just?
I would say anyone who thirsts to conquer territory has a personality flaw.
Right. That's true. Yeah. Because if it goes beyond, I need to eat, or I need to sleep, or I need to.
Or even, I like, even I like attention. I can be down with that. I mean, obviously we both suffer from that, but
right.
Still, there's better ways, is my point.
Yeah. That's a Nowheresville. I've thought about that.
Conquering is Nowheresville, Timmy.
Yeah. I was thinking about becoming a
Try a trade.
You could go the Koresh route. That's one way to go, but it's not normally successful.
No.
Well, we made it to Friday. I didn't tweet about the show even being there on Monday.
Yeah.
And I didn't tweet for questions. What did you do on your own? I haven't been that plugged in.
I tweeted for questions earlier.
Oh, congratulations. Your thing is out today.
Why, yes, it is.
And has it been exciting?
It has been exciting. It's been...
I saw a great review that I retweeted.
Oh, yeah? Thank you.
We're going to have to manufacture some of our own Trump-like PR for it. Have you, okay, you don't have to answer.
I felt very good about the response today and the support I got, and people tweeting nice things about it. And,
very cool.
Meryl Marco actually bought it and watched it and tweeted about it, which means a shit ton to me.
Cool.
Lorraine Newman wrote me a tweet saying, you should have interviewed me because I think he's funny as shit, and I've known him for 30 years.
Oh, my God. That would have been so great.
And so I sent her a link to to watch it for free, and she refused it.
She's so great.
And said, I'm going to rent it tonight.
She really seems to be one of the greatest, sweetest people. I mean, truly hilarious and appreciates comedy.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
So,
well, here's what
so there's like a lot of nice supportive stuff. It was better than a birthday on Facebook. And Michael DeBar is of course over the moon, and he's all excited, and he's tweeting, he's texting me, and he couldn't be happier. So
well, him being over the moon is really 95% of it in many ways. Well, not 95% of it. If I know one thing, I know nothing. Things that I've loved have gone nowhere. Things that I've hated have been perennial favorites.
Yeah.
But I knew this was a great documentary. So, I've been saying for a long time that, and I don't just feel this about this documentary, but I feel this way in general about the things you're doing and documentaries too, is that we need them so badly and interesting ones. Because I have seen a couple like on Netflix that was so, I think I told you I saw an early Ken Burns documentary that was literally unwatchable.
Yeah. About what?
I have to it was about, I can't remember. It was about someone famous too, about a religious thing, or I can't remember.
Yeah.
But this one is fascinating. But also, I love the fact that because we think about our careers, and I know that we could put our careers, and I would like to put mine in quotes and then do 4 hours of self-deprecating humor. But it's like when you're so frustrated and you've lost $1 million. I don't want to say you've lost $1 million, but you lost a lot of money, $3 million. And you've lost all this money, and then you can't see. It's hard to see it as a positive force in the universe. You know what I mean? But it's such a positive force in the universe. I really believe that. And the fact that you didn't know Lorraine Newman, I mean, I think it's going to, not just like in the old way of it'll be good contacts. I think you're going to get involved with more if you want to do it.
What's funny is Lorraine Newman, who said you should have interviewed me for the movie, is the day I met her and worked with her on this Frank Conniff thing, I was coming from an interview for the movie with John Taylor from Duran Duran.
Wow.
Yeah. And I remember thinking,
what was the Frank?
I was at the Duran Duran guy's house, and now I'm working with Lorraine Newman. This is a good day for 12-year-old Josh.
Yeah, but you know what? It's like if you put aside like the fact that someone like me who gets an actual I think, I almost get a jolt of orgasmic delight every time I name drop.
Yeah.
If you put aside that negative side of the name dropping, like what I do with it, it's fun to meet people that you respected, and it's like it's
a huge thing. I mean, that's why I named those two particular people, Meryl Marco and Lorraine Newman, because they were two people who were like, they were parts of the two clubs I first wanted to belong to,
But also, I love the idea that we're building this artist community of artists who are all in. You're the youngest of us. No, I think
close the door. I'm already in.
I think now Letterman's 10 years older than me, but I think Meryl's younger than that. But I just wanted to say that just to name another person who could be older.
I don't know that she's
than
much younger because she was like late 60s Berkeley.
Right. She's been around and she's seen a lot of great things. And now I am kind of going into an Entertainment Tonight host. So check it out. Everybody. That's Josh. Check out the director, Josh Elvis Weinstein. Who the hell, his new doc, Who the Hell Were You Thinking I Was? Coming at you on Amazon, Amazon Plus, Amazon Reduced, Craigslist Premium. Also available in Canada on muchmusic. I'm done.
All right, I'm going back to drinking.
That wasn't bad though, was it? That was. It
was extended. I mean, if not stopping makes it good.
Thank you. I'm going to assume the win. Thank you, Josh. Finally, a lot of people don't say it, but thank you.
Do you want to go to questions?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it, Big Shot.
Big Shot?
This is your day. It's your day.
It really feels like my day. No, it's such a weird, I do have a weird energy today because it's the end of a long fucking self-loathing journey.
But here's the other thing about it is, pandemically speaking, but you don't have the same problem I do, which is like, I don't promote the things I should promote. I have this weird relationship with every errand in the world, like emails or whatever.
I was talking about that with Eddie Pepitone on his thing today, about how you freeze up very easily.
Did you go on his show?
Yes.
Yeah. And was it fun?
Yeah, I had a good time.
Oh God! You derailed me though.
He had about 3 instances of what was I talking about, so it felt very natural.
Yes. I don't know the point I was making now, but something.
Something about you freezing up.
Freezing up. God damn it!
Oh well.
This is no. Here's the thing, and I don't want you to think this is all your fault.
I really was taking it on. Thank you.
Josh,
for the
please.
Solution.
Get off your own back, buddy boy. You know that guy from Canada, who's a horrible guy, is Jordan Peterson. I don't even know what he says, but he's like, one of his quotes is like, sort yourself out, bucko.
Wow.
And that's a popular quote.
It's like Richie Cunningham and Hitler all at once.
It really is. Get to the camp, you Jews. Take that out. All right, now look. I didn't mean to. I actually wrote things down for you before.
You did?
Oh, I fixed my thermostat today.
Oh, that's good.
But, oh shit! Can you fix your thermostat?
No.
But you know how I fixed it? I figured out that I had to plug it into a USB thing to give power to the thermostat.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm walking around the apartment.
You recharged the battery, is what you're saying?
Yes, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
But you can't replace the batteries. That's my normal expertise.
Yeah.
If something has batteries that come out, call me.
Yeah.
But this way, I charged up and I was strutting like a cock, however they say it.
Yeah.
Strutting the cock of the walk. I was the cock of the walk with a cock that's not working. Mine
tells me that my batteries need replacing, literally 9 months before they need replacing.
This gave me 15 minutes. You know what this one did? This one gave me I'm going to start telling you things that don't need to happen with your change your filter. Well, I just changed my filter. Mine just decided to start malfunctioning.
Yeah.
And then go off.
Well, because it's USB chargeable, apparently.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Okay, I'm very bored with my voice. How about some questions?
All right. Let's get bored with my voice.
What's that?
Sous Vide also is walking out onto thin ice here once again with, hey, Cockney accent guy. Has the situation improved?
It's all right, all right, all right, all right, all right.
Okay, good.
That's it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for taking care of that. Sethdick III says many high-end call girls on Twitter say clients who send all their screening information from the get-go and are booked within 2 email exchanges are my favorite. Would they consider Jimmy Stewart a good client?
I don't know. What do you think?
Well, of course I have to send all my credentials and screening information. I'm Jimmy goddamn Stewart. There's a code of ethics between us and the ladies that tells them that you don't rat out Jimmy Stewart, and Jimmy Stewart takes care of you.
Hey, Zuzu, do me a favor and hit your fingers with a hammer. You stick at the piano. Get out of here. I'm not even doing this, Jimmy Stewart. Oh, get out of here, Zuzu, who's the wrong kid. Yes. I hate the piano. Ebony and Ivory, I hate that song now. Get away from the piano and tell your mother she's not that great an actress. Donna Reed.
Donna Reed's a delight. Don't tell me.
Okay,
don't go after Donna Reed.
I apologize. I
have no patience for that.
My apologies. If you could see your way clear or steer your way clear to not hating me, and I humbly offer it up.
Randy Husker says, Andy, is Test Show 165. Does anyone want to hear an 80-ish Andy Kindler? Me asking in Test Show 166. And the difference is?
He lost me.
It's complicated, yeah.
And even for me, who shouldn't have got lost, I got a little lost there.
Yeah, I'm a little lost too, and I'm reading it.
One more time, you want to try?
No, I don't think it gets good.
It's our fault, though. I want to thank the listeners.
It's like sour cream. What, is it going to go good?
Why is there an expiration date on sour cream? Is it going to go good?
Dan
would
Wade.
You tell
I'm sorry.
Would you tell a one-legged hitchhiker to hop in?
Sure. Yeah, I would. Because hopping is not the exclusive domain of the one-legged.
And the dog, even the dog.
I gotta go take care of the dogs. You gotta wait for a minute. Sorry.
Okay, I can wait here, right?
Yeah, sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this opportunity to say that I don't care that Josh would rather me not say anything now, but I guess I want to tell you the Josh Elvis Weinstein. Let me tell you about the Josh Elvis Weinstein that you don't know. He is at the children's hospitals every day, and often they say to him, "Your children are too old. Get out of here." Then he goes to soup kitchens and he says, "I'm hungry."
He's laughing at himself. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, God, that was fun.
Yeah? All right. Well, I'll hear it tomorrow.
Did you really not hear that?
No, I had to leave.
I know you had to leave, but I thought you were maybe... You know how people in movies, they come in like 2 minutes early and they hear the horrible thing?
Yeah,
and
no.
They walk in?
I left the room and you're on earphones, so...
Is everything okay there?
Everything's fine.
Besides me. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
all right.
We'll hear tomorrow if that stays in or not.
Oh, I hope. Okay. You know, I really do realize right before I just said that I am on this very annoying thing of being obnoxious. So I think I've got to modulate.
It's been a streak this week, I have to say.
Yeah.
I think it's backlash from having a really good week last week.
I hope you're right. I hope I'm not just...
I think it's really like at the end of last week you were feeling a little cocky, like, hey, I had 3 actual conversations. And then...
Yeah. That's never a good approach.
Yeah. Dan Wade says, "Hey guys, I walked into a coffee shop this week, and lo and behold, in front of me in line was Andy. The whole place was whispering, 'It's football withdrawal syndrome. It's really him.'"
He's doing the Allstate commercial.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very, very funny. But I will say, the only way I knew it was a completely fake story was no one is seeing me in a line anywhere.
That's right.
That's an impossible story.
Right.
That's so great, though. Here you are. Hey, there he is.
It's
There's
him.
The guy who's never
it's really him. It's really football withdrawal syndrome. It's really him.
No, there's the guy who really has never had a great career, and he all does is complain about his career. It's him. Come on, Josh, that wasn't bad.
No, it was fine.
Why do I want more from you? And when I don't get it, I feel crushed.
Why do I not want more from you? That's the real question.
I don't know what it is. My reason...
Most people are like, I can't get enough Andy. And I'm like, I can get enough Andy.
I can't believe I've had any kind of success doing anything because I find myself very annoying. And that's also the feedback I'm getting.
Yeah, well, at least you're gelling with the real world now.
Are you Magellan? See, that's another example of where
that shouldn't be acceptable in any company.
Yeah, because it's very God rest his soul, Robin Williamsy, where I'm constantly trying to get laughs.
It's like Rain Man Williams, kind of.
Definitely not. Definitely the materials week.
Tom the Tom says, in honor of Ennio Morricone, what's your favorite movie score or soundtrack?
Who's in? Did someone die?
Yeah, the guy who did all the spaghetti westerns and Good, Bad, and the Ugly theme.
Oh, I don't know. It's hard to say. I used to like Danny Elfman a lot. I don't know. I can't think. Danny Elfman's not the right answer.
My favorite soundtrack for a long time as a kid was probably the Blues Brothers.
That's cool.
I never was someone who, like, I didn't listen to orchestral soundtrack albums ever because I never was, like, hip enough to, like, separate the things. John Williams scores, Raiders of the Lost Ark was a big one, but.
Also, the Exorcist theme, I think, is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
What was that movie Tangerine Dream did? I really, it was like, I remember that early on. Sounder, maybe? I don't know.
I do vaguely remember a commercial for a movie with music by Tangerine Dream.
I'm angry at the question now.
Okay, good. Let's move on. Jason Parton says tomorrow, July 9th, this was 2 days ago, my interview with Elvis Weinstein is going to be out and available on the Electric Leftovers podcast. Maybe you might want to subscribe now just so you don't miss it. Just saying.
I will do that. What's the name of the podcast?
It's called the Electric Leftovers podcast.
I
had a nice time talking to Jason Parton.
Cool. Why does Electric Leftovers sound a little bit like Electric Light Orchestra?
Because the first word is electric and the second one starts with L.
And do you think one is a takeoff?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Or do you think that I see so many different levels?
Yeah, I think that's it.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Why do you have to go that extra little second?
Because it's actual recovery time. Randy Husker's back to say hello, Thought Spiral. How does the My Pillow guy explain his love for Tucker Carlson? Carlson's program is being propped up by My Pillow, Mike Lindell's firm, in advertising on Carlson's show nearly 10 times more than the next largest brand by spend, is the quote here.
Well, I'll say one thing in response to that, and if I had the energy and I don't have the energy, because that's what I used to do all the time, is spend online on Twitter yelling at people. But I can't believe that no one's followed up on the fact that we're now shortening we're asking hospital workers to reuse their PPEs. And did this guy even produce one mask? Where are his masks? How come he hasn't produced enough masks? How could there be a shortage is my first question. And how can, and I want to start getting on that guy, but what's the point?
Well, I think he wanted to hear from me in the first place, quite honestly. And
oh, okay, good. I'm sorry.
And the question on the floor is, how does the My Pillow guy explain his love for Tucker Carlson? And I think it's pretty simple. He's a goddamn racist, and that's why I love him.
Oh, okay. Well.
The fact that he's a horrible person and supports our man, Mr. Trump, a gift from God, is secondary. But the fact that he's a racist really gets me in good graces with him.
Okay, well, can I ask you personally, how many masks have you made, and where have you sent these masks that you promised that you would dedicate 30% of your
Let me just say that any mask made by My Pillow Incorporated is made in my home state of Minnesota.
But how many have you made?
How many is a good question. I'll have to get back to you on that.
Thank you. Well,
but I know where they were made. If they were made,
were they made?
If in fact they were made, I know they were made in my home state of Minnesota. I don't think I ever promised them to the actual medical industry. I think
I don't think you did.
I think I promised them to much more gullible folk.
Yeah, But I knew that when it was happening, but I thought there was an off chance that maybe you made 2 or 3.
I made a few, and I came up with the idea of making it so there's a nice hole for your mouth and nose so you can breathe better.
Now, maybe you keep your mouth sleeping to the side, and then you wake up every morning and you're like. If we don't make it past next week, I just want to tell you it was a good run.
I think it is our doomsday clocks are all ticking. Let me just say.
At this point, we don't need a clock. We need you write the joke and put my name on it.
All right.
More like a doomsday crock. This is Will Durst. Will Durst, 1994.
The man had a stroke, for God's sake.
That I didn't know. I'm sorry. Is he okay?
I don't know. I gave to a GoFundMe a couple months back.
Then that joke is out of the repertoire. Oh, well, this is now part of my generation. Note to self: check on the condition of comedians you want to go after.
Yeah, it's going to get more and more vital over these next 10 years. That you do.
Don't say vitals to someone my age.
Dan Marsh says, "Hey fellas, what advice would 2020 Andy and Josh give to Andy and Josh at 20 years old?"
Who? What was the last thing you said? 20 years old.
I slurred a little bit. I will admit that.
Well, I would just tell myself to be nicer to myself, and I've said that in many formats, but it really is true. I really hated myself then. Well, no, 20-year-old Andy, I was just still in college. You couldn't have talked to me then.
Yeah.
I would have been on acid. I thought I was on top of the world.
Yeah, and you wouldn't do anything to dissuade yourself?
Yeah, why? Don't talk to me then. Talk to me when I get out of college and arrive in L.A. and realize I have to work.
So did you achieve an actual level of happiness in college?
Oh, I was very, very happy.
Just being out of your house?
Yes. Just being really being liberated, and now from therapy, I know that how whatever the word is, restrictive it was in my house. But then I was so young that, like, when I broke up with my first girlfriend, I thought, this is all from therapy too. I didn't realize until recently that I thought I was a failure, that if she didn't want me, I probably wasn't wantable. So there were those things in college too. So it was the best. I would say this, the best of times, the worst of times.
Yeah.
But it certainly is a white privilegey type of thing to have gone through.
I moved to LA when I was 20. So there's lots of advice about that I could give me.
Yeah, what would you say?
I would say probably save up a little more money. I would say be careful of the clinical depression you're going to spiral into over the next couple of years.
Wow.
And then I would say, it'll all be fine. You're making the right choice.
Wow. So you did not see the depression coming?
No, I really didn't.
Yeah. You just can't predict life and how people are going to grow and go through stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was just that it was really the first time I had ever lived alone.
Yeah.
And I just sort of let it get away from me a little bit when things didn't happen fast enough.
Yeah, that would be good advice. Because then you would really could give yourself some perspective.
Yeah.
But we don't have time machines.
Dan Marsh also asks, I'm curious about Andy's troubles with spicy food. Is it just cayenne that seems hotter, or black pepper and mustard as well? And are there also smells that have become more offensive?
No, nothing. Josh will make his own fart humor on his time.
Will I?
Yes. But I don't even know exactly. Remember when you were with me in that place where we're eating burgers and we noticed it was anything vinegary?
Yeah, acidy and all, yeah.
Yeah. So that's when it gets sensitive, it could be anything that can trigger that. But I would say not so much necessarily pepper, but when there's too much pepper for your own system, of course it's not good.
Yeah, but everyone's own system is different, I would say.
True. That's why I certainly wouldn't walk around going, you people are crazy, put the spice away. I realize that it's just my constitution. It's always kind of been that way. I couldn't even really eat that much. Although, I don't know if I've ever told you this, I never got stomach trouble, indigestion until I was like 30. I thought I was having a heart attack.
No, you never told me that.
I want to just say in that moment, I really did crushingly get my feelings hurt because I realized I have to be literally I'm the most boring, dementia-ridden, story-repeating piece of garbage. Hey, did I ever tell you this stuff? And then I tell these stories. They're not even good stories.
Remember the time my stomach ached?
But you know what? Onwards and upwards.
But nonetheless, I apologize for hurting your feelings. That's never my intention.
But I don't know what's sadder is that how bad my feelings got hurt or how much I really didn't know as I was starting into it that I told you 15 times.
No, it wasn't, to be fair, it wouldn't have been that interesting.
7 times.
It wouldn't have been that interesting the first time.
Oh, we love it in the family. When my sister was still alive, she loved it.
Yeah. Tell us the stomach story, Andy, she'd say.
No. No, she was there with me. That's not when you say tell us the stomach. Tell us about Christopher Columbus. Andy.
Should I do CPR or give you a Rolade?
Hey, Andy. So you didn't know whether you were having a heart attack or you needed bromo seltzer. That was the problem?
Yes. You went with a different brand.
Well, I went with a different movie reference, The Tin Men.
I haven't seen that in a long time. I might have to revisit that. I love that movie.
I would love to watch that again. I have seen it 3 or 4 times.
I've seen it way more than that, but it has
75.
All right, you win, but I haven't seen it in 10 years.
And I also
I haven't seen it in at least 10 years.
I slept with Barry Levinson.
And that's why he's inspired to make toys.
Toys?
Yeah.
I don't think I know that movie.
Oh, you should watch it.
Is it good? Is it terrible?
It's awful.
Is it Jackie Gleason?
No, it's Robin Williams.
It won't be good bad either, right?
It's not so good bad. It's pretty just bad.
Because Good Morning Vietnam is actually pretty funnily terrible. Good morning Vietnam. Oh, Patch Adams. You could laugh at how bad that is.
That's mawkish. To a fault, yes. I
love that named words like mawkish, and I wish I had more. I don't want to be jealous of it, but I love that name. I love that word, sorry.
You can use it.
Okay, thanks.
Mozart, too, says, last week you asked each other why MASH would kill off Henry Blake, saying there was no reason for it. But I submit to you the fact that you two are talking about it 35 years later was reason enough. Thanks for the weekly laugh.
Touche.
I think so. I think that maybe in hindsight, but I think at the time it was spiteful and just their way of saying, okay, you want to leave? You ain't coming back as a guest star.
I didn't, and see,
when your health insurance runs out, we aren't giving you a guest star spot.
I didn't take it. I took it more like he was actually dead. You know what I mean? I took it so seriously.
Yeah.
Because it's not really that he was dead, but I really didn't question the storyline. I didn't think of it like was not aware enough to know that that's what they were doing. I thought they were doing it because no one would watch the show because he was such a big character, so they really have to wrap it up. But once you told me that there was no reason that he had to die.
Yeah, no.
I realized that because that's true, because they could have brought him back. And now you're saying I said, why did they have so much, did they really have that much animus towards him or?
I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know. I'm just suspecting. Jason Parton's back to say, I'm sorry to hear that comedy hasn't been working for you guys, but I think this transition to the world of pro wrestling could be a good call. What did you say your stage names would be again?
Oh, well, I was going to be the small macher.
And I...
You were going to... Who are you?
I was going to be the moderator.
Watch out.
With an exclamation point.
Watch out. I'm coming in to settle things.
Let's talk this over.
Let's settle down, gentlemen.
Natweet Pahara says this week on Columbo, the victim dies after a comedian learns the theme song to a TV show the victim created and plays that theme song on a cursed antique trumpet. A very diabolical murder indeed.
Wait, now he had me buying it.
I
thought he was talking about an actual Columbo.
I think he's saying we killed Carl Reiner.
I really shouldn't be in the comedy field. I know I shouldn't be a detective, but how could I not get anything?
No, that was pretty obtuse. That's
right.
There's no reason to get that.
Well,
be easier. You need to be easier on yourself. There was no reason to get that.
Thank you, Josh. Oh, thank you.
M. Ledsum.
M. Ledsum
says question.
Hello.
You want to go through your shtick? Go ahead.
How's it going, Governor Telly?
Questions seem redundant at this point. I listened to you guys for sanity. Yes, really. However, as this is the questions section, Ringo turned 80 this year. What's your favorite Beatles track? Peace and love, guys.
Oh, that's a first of all, that's a sweet question. I'm going to say that's a hard thing about what track, but I will say this: just happened to watch A Hard Day's Night, and was remembering having seen it in the movie theater, and it's the scene where Ringo he disappears for like an hour
and pouts. Yeah.
It's just so great. I just love that movie. And I really realized, okay, this is a movie I think I actually could. Oh, then they have the scene where, is it John Lennon who looks like he's going to break his leg? Or no, George Harrison almost breaks his leg falling down because they use actual footage. But it's very hard to say what my favorite song is. I have so many, I love so much of their songs. There Are Places I Remember is one of my favorites.
In my life, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's way up there for me. Yeah, I can't call a favorite. It's not important to me to have a favorite, so I don't have one.
I love ballad-wise. I really love And I Love Her.
I think that's cool. I like that. Yeah. I like that record too.
Yeah. But I think their later lyrics were better, but their earlier lyrics weren't bad. I can't be subjective anyway because I'm literally like a cult member.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
But I also had a kid who always loved to ask what your favorite thing is, and I stopped playing that game.
As soon as you were able to.
Yeah, no, I just turned it off. Because it's not important to rank things.
Yeah. That's my number one pet peeve.
Chaotic Neutral says, hey guys, you're probably not looking for a punch-up, but here goes. You gotta figure there's a ton of people in Hollywood with non-disclosure agreements just waiting for Woody Allen to die so they can reveal what a massive pervert he was. What? Too soon ye?
He still got me with that. I was so angry at the joke. And he still got me with the too soon ye. So, I will have to say, nice job.
So here, this will kind of build on the last one, oddly enough. D. Steele says, it's time for Andy to finally give up on some more boomer dreams. We got through Woodstock and Woody Allen, but Michael Jackson? That's overdue. The idea of pre-CBS fenders meaning anything at all? The time has come. What else?
Well, I am still going to have a little compassion for the part of me that mourns over the fact of not being able to. Well, I'm able to. What's the word? When you reconcile that horrible people can do, be brilliant geniuses. But the idea that it bothers me, I don't think I'll ever get over that necessarily.
Yeah. I personally am of the mind of, like, if we're talking about Michael Jackson, the person, I think we could admit he was a monster in many ways. Right. But if we're talking about the artist, I'm still going to move to one of his songs if it's on, I'm not going to cancel him from the universe, but I can cancel him from the pantheon of good people.
Right.
But I don't think it makes me a better person to declare my hatred for these people or things whenever they come up.
I think that's a very interesting point, because there is that I'm better than you because I've been able to realize that even though it's great music, he was a horrible person, and I have more righteous anger. So the fact that you're pointing that you can see not the hypocrisy of that, but you can see how there is I'm better than you quality of that. I like that. I like that insight.
Excellent. I'll move on then. Disteel tags his question with, I want to add that it's not all bad. He can keep blood on the tracks and psychedelics.
Well, what is I can keep blood on the track.
The boomer dreams that you have to give up.
Yeah, I would say that I would reject first of all, I like that the healthier Andy enjoys that I can be challenged and needled without blowing up.
Yeah.
But I may reject the premise. It's like, I think, like, I'm glad that Bob Dylan is not Michael Jackson, obviously, but I think there's a whole thing that I do that does need to be given up, which is this not black and white in terms of behavior, but just black and white in general.
Yeah.
View I have towards things. Like, I thought Michael Jackson was likely not guilty of these things because he was so soft-spoken and seemed to be so sensitive and seemed to, you know what I mean? And that, it's those type of things I'd like to let go of making assumptions based on your previous assumptions.
Okay.
It's like, I used to think quiet people were always better controlled or not angry, but they can be ready to kill, that's a misunderstanding sometimes. So, I'm sorry if I confused you. I'm done.
A little bit. I don't quite understand the conflict that you're describing, but I think.
I still think
are you saying you forgive yourself for having a misconception earlier?
No, I would say that I would like to give up the part of me that needs to know or is worried that that I'll find something out about Bob Dylan that will decrease my love of. There's a way I wish I could accept the world as it is now without because I think a lot of that thinking, like, what if Dylan's worse than I think he is, or what if he's done something bad that I don't know? A lot of that is my fear that someone's going to yell at me or something like that. It's just me basically. I wish I could just be whoever I am without all the extra worry about what everyone thinks.
Right. Get the hell out of junior high, really.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Good point.
Yeah, I was just I've been reading, I know you hate this, but it's in our bathroom, the John and Yoko interviews from the Playboy interviews.
Oh, are they real? Yeah, I don't remember ever reading those.
And a lot of the time I'm just like, I don't know if it's just this moment in my life or I'm, 10 years older than he ever got to be, or, but there's just so much. I'm just going, oh, shut the fuck up. Oh my God, you pretentious, arrogant, narcissistic fuck. It's just like, not quite that violent, but it's just like, I just completely see through him now.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever join you there because I love him so much.
And I do too, but there's something
I wouldn't even want to invest the work in. Now I don't want to read the Playboy.
No, you shouldn't really because
yeah.
Because, had he lived another 10 years, and even he says this in the book, like when he's like mad at George because he didn't mention him in his book, and he's saying, look,
yeah.
I have all these feelings, Right now I have this resentment about George because he didn't bring me up in his book, but I also have all these other feelings. So when I say these things, so that part I liked,
Yeah, and also the thing is...
But him claiming that they invented punk, is a different thing.
Oh, yeah. I know all those things when he said he was ahead of Lanny Lovitch and all that. I know but the thing was, I know what you're saying. But even when I can't even relate because it's so hard to talk about somebody who was so horribly, brutally murdered.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember all the feelings I had because once he was murdered, I was like, I think I probably built a shrine in my house.
Yes, you deified him or sanctified him.
Well, not to drop names, Michael Penn had to point out to me because I used to be like, Paul, Lennon, and McCartney were the perfect combination, but it was Lennon's thing that made Paul McCartney not sound like too cutesy. But then he explained to me how that's really not true. They were really the perfect partnership, and Paul McCartney was every bit as brilliant in his own way. And I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, I think so too. But I think anything, any of the 50 years of thumbnail psychology that we do about the Beatles, discounts the subtlety of, relationships that were there,
Well, it's also hard for me to look back on anything when I was younger because I was so much like, yeah, Eddie Haskell got killed in Vietnam. I mean, I so much believed stuff. You know what I mean? I really was like just believed these like things that made no sense to believe. So knowing that there's depths to all these things, it was just fun to me to look at this Beatles Hard Day's Night because I used to love the way to watch. I still do the way John Lennon kind of like I don't know what he does. He like straddles. He's not straddles something, but he just looks so. I was able to love them for the first time in a long time. When I always loved them, but I was able to like let go of all the other stuff.
Yeah,
like Lennon's dead, all this stuff. So. Because I think when you love something that much, there was a long period where I couldn't listen to any Beatles music because I'd listened to it so much.
Yeah, I mean, I rarely actively listen to it anymore because it's all just burned in at this point,
True. It's like watching even Dick Van Dyke's or Mary Tyler Moore's, which get older, which takes a long time for them to be. I can't watch them anymore, but eventually that happens with every great thing. If I watched every Larry Sanders episode 50 times, I would get burnt out, but I haven't yet.
Right. Larry Harold says, got a phone message from Edward G. Robinson, but I think it was for Jelvis. Heard your doc is out, see? Heard it's great, see? Everybody watch it or else, see? Don't make me tell you again, see? Enough talk, go get it, see? That was nice of Edward G. Robinson.
That was nice. I didn't even think he can. Where would he be calling from? Like the other side?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
On the phone.
On the phone. Oh, I care. I'm not even interested. I don't even wonder about the technology. How's he still alive? I'm sure he can get a phone, but the other thing
it's the phone from the other side.
A burner. I had a burner phone from the other side.
Greg Kelly says, Josh's splendid new documentary got me down a rabbit hole with 1985's Live Aid. Imagine my surprise to see James Mason had traveled with Phil Collins on the Concorde to be at both venues. James was a drum tech, a true Renaissance man.
Oh, it was a glorious day, I have to admit. Yes, I worked hard, but I got Phil from Wembley to Philadelphia without a hitch. We went from In the Air Tonight to Susu Studio. And the world fed the poor.
Wow. I almost got emotional at the end.
And I won't go on.
Good. Because you're going to mock me again?
You're going to mock me again?
Mm-hmm.
Richard Cole says, I got a buzz cut last week. I asked the stylist if I could grow the hair on the sides and back long enough to make a toupee for the top. She said anything's possible, but not every idea is a good one. Has Elvis Weinstein ever considered hair loss / replacement therapy? No, I haven't, because the philosophy for me about it was I didn't want to put the onus on me. Like, I felt like baldness was something that was happening to me and wasn't my fault. But if I suddenly took over anti-baldness responsibilities, I could make baldness my fault somehow. Right. And all these things are like things you have to do every day for the rest of your life if you want, you know. And I have a suspicion that those things wouldn't have worked for me. But I never even did 1 week of baldness treatments of any kind.
And also, you look good. You know what I mean? No one looks at you and goes, "Oh, you're losing your hair."
No, I kind of knew early on, and I guess that's because of my dad, you know, who I made fun of like a lot when I was a kid for being bald, and because he didn't give a shit. The same reason I make fun of you, you know? Right. Yeah. But I realized being stupid. I realized it's you know, it wasn't. I just realized that it's my problem. No one else is going to have a problem with this because no one gives a shit.
And I'll go further than that. I'll go to say that I used to say everybody should be happy the way they look, and I don't think anyone should. But I also think, you know, whatever people want to do I mean, obviously in the old days when they were so poorly made, but I think I'm less judgmental about people who want to change anything, really. Except I don't like extreme things.
But life is so fucking hard. You just go, yeah, whatever. Whatever is going to make you feel better. You know, I hope it does make you feel better. It might not, but I hope it does. And if it does, great. Yeah. Life is hard.
I wish my penis was hard.
I wish it was too, so we could stop having it's soft conversation.
Actually, you would prefer that we have no conversation regardless of the resolution of the problem.
Your penis.
Hiya, we're Romans. My dad's a doctor and I'm his son. Already I'm creeped out. Call us. Call us. I had to go to my daddy.
Let's talk penis.
Look, my dad's a doctor. I had to go to him with my penis problem already. Turn that off.
GW1972 says you guys need to do a Zoom session with Frank Conniff during this. I want to hear these three titans dish on the news of the day.
I'm all for it. I love Frank Conniff and I miss him.
Well, we could talk about it.
We don't talk about it. You're the decision maker. What are you making it like we have equal votes?
No, we totally have equal votes. It's just when it comes to execution.
Ah. Well, so I have the illusion of choice. I like that.
Absolutely, you do.
You're so smart, Andy. You're so smart. Yeah. I'd love to hear your side of it.
I wouldn't want to play mental chess with you.
No.
Q Mock says, hey guys, long time, first time, and about 25 shows behind. Random thought, if Josh did an impression of a Beatle without any context clues like I play the drums, could Andy identify which Beatle Josh was impersonating? Love you guys.
Well, I think you're good enough that I could. I couldn't, but right. I'm sure you could.
Do you want to try, or do you just want to go on that assumption?
Pick a Beatle and do it.
I can. Well, that's not the game. I can.
What's the game?
We got to figure, like, what sentence? Give me a sentence that the Beatle can say so that it's...
Oh, okay. Hey, fellas, I left my LSD home. I'm going to go back and get it.
All right. Hey, fellas, I left my LSD at home. Going to go get it.
I think that's Paul, but I'm not sure.
It was Paul. That's good.
Because he had the most classically Liverpool, except that Ringo also had a heavy Liverpool.
Yes, but Ringo left his LSD at home. I'm going to go get it.
But what would did George ever leave his LSD at home?
George is the hardest.
I know he is. That's right. Listen, do you want to know a secret?
Yeah. Okay.
No.
You're George. You're doing George.
But wait, can you do John? It's a tough one.
I left my LSD at home.
Okay, you can. You can. See, the answer to the question is yes.
Wow.
You are able to do it.
I think you're giving me a wide berth here, but okay. Thank you.
And I'm very impressed.
Terry Caulfield says, howdy, gents. Have either of you ridden on a tandem bicycle? If so, when and with whom did you enjoy it?
I haven't.
I have not. And as a kid, I really wanted to, and it just never came up. I remember.
Well, I noticed. I'm sorry.
When we went to Mackinac Island as a kid, where they only allow bicycles and horses. There's no car traffic. I was young. I was a very little kid, and I was not big enough to get a bike of my own, so I had to very begrudgingly ride on a kid's seat on the back of my mom's bike.
And it probably wasn't fun even.
I didn't have fun at all, no.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. But we saw Gerald Ford play golf that day.
See?
When he was president.
That must have been fun.
When he was president, so that gives you time frame.
I heard he was actually a pretty good athlete, is what they say.
Yeah, he was a football player for the University of Michigan.
That I didn't know.
Yours?
You certainly, that's interesting, sir.
I took you to school. Rookie Karoka says, with all of Andy's talk of packing and surviving, what better time to revisit the Thought Spiral cabin in the woods idea? Bonus, of course, Huell Hauser voice, bunk beds.
Now, this is fantastic. This is all you. You have to do Huell Hauser now.
I have no desire to move out to the woods with Andy Kindler. I don't think anything good would become of it. I don't think it would be a survivalist situation ultimately because one of us would be dead.
Josh, did you bring the extra water? You were supposed to bring the water, you idiot.
And then I kill you.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm the first person in Night of the Living Deads who they throw out of the Night of the Living Deads. Hey, I watch Night of the Living Deads.
Halpin Fraser says, can Andy or Josh do a Joe Namath commercial impression? You'll be glad you called. I'll guarantee it.
That's absolutely right. And it's absolutely right. And just for $9.95. Please don't make me do this.
He's not Southern, is he? Isn't he Pennsylvania
He is
boy?
A little bit. He is because he went to the University of Alabama and he used to have more of a Southern accent.
He twanged up a bit there.
He was twangy.
But isn't he a Pennsylvania boy?
Don't Beaver Falls. You're right. But he did have a little bit of a thing when he went to Alabama, but you certainly wouldn't know it from what I did.
And then Halpin Fraser says, also, Andy Kindler was almost hung up on while crying tonight on Frontline.
Michelle Wise Carver.
Says Josh, the Michael Day Barr film is goddamn fantastic. He is clearly the most interesting man in show business. You put all together beautifully. Love your narration and the great artwork by Len Peralta. Kudos to you and to Michael for his honesty, bravery, and positivity.
Well,
and then he adds, also, the ending was fantastic. I was wondering where the hell he was, meaning Stephen Van Zandt. Don't want to spoil it for others. Nice comic touches from you as well. Thank you, Michelle Wisecarver. Finally, something positive from you.
Well, also, I think that she's putting her finger on something that I know was like that. I remember when I first saw it, I was like, yeah, I can't believe I haven't seen more about him, you know? So I think she's absolutely right. He is the most interesting. He's the most interesting man in show business.
Yeah, it's a pretty damn good story.
Nice job.
Me or Michelle or Michael?
Both of us.
All right.
And Michelle.
Natweet Bahara says, I just want to see one movie with a spiral staircase in the scene and the director doesn't have a shot from above looking down the center of the staircase. Just one.
That's so great.
Well, I think the problem is it looks like a great piece of set decoration when you're setting it up, and then you realize there is no shot you can make where the actor isn't turning their back to the camera twice. So you go arty. You go arty with it.
I don't think there's ever been anything where I knew it's like a chase scene or anything like that. Maybe French Connection where I wasn't waiting for it to end 2 seconds in. I lied about that, but I think I had a point.
Yeah.
Not a good point.
I stopped listening. I went on to the next question. I'll be honest with you.
I don't blame you.
I thought Andy's going to take this home. He won't need me.
You were wrong. Yeah. But you were right to stay out of it.
Yoshi.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo.
Yoshi.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. Yoshi Yamamoto.
Yoshi.
Yamamoto. Mama, 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 mo.
Yoshi Yamamoto.
Big bang.
Says, hope you guys are doing better this week. I've also been in a deep funk, which I think is explained perfectly by Josh's everybody's got their own boat theory. The laxness of people in Florida has been alarming, and watching it unfold in slow motion due to the combo of poor governance and general stupidity is excruciating. I also don't think people are prepared for what's on the other side of the pandemic economically. Feels like when they stop a roller coaster before a big drop, except we've been up there 4 months.
Oh, man, he's saying it.
I wish I didn't save this one for last.
Well, I'll say one thing. Well, he certainly said it well. He's absolutely right. And I can only hope that it doesn't get as bad as what he's talking about. But thank you, Yoshi.
No, I agree. I feel like we are entering into the age of all bets are off, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, I think, you know, Trump pardoning Roger Stone today was an all bets are off harbinger if there ever was one.
Well, his tendency to his bullying enjoyment of picking at scabs and purposely saying the wrong thing, it's like I think he might be the most disgusting historical person, personality-wise.
Yeah, and the worst in every way. I mean, especially like in American history, it's like, I was thinking about this earlier, how it's like, you know, when you think of the Eisenhower era, you think of, you know, the freeway system and the middle class and, you know, baby boomer being, you know, that whole era. When you think of the Reagan era, you think of the 80s and all the, you know, and the Wall Street and all the things that went on. When you think of the Trump era, you think of Trump.
Yep. And it is such a headache that won't go away. Holy fuck. Oh, I hate you. I hate him so much. I do enjoy hating, but I've never hated. I mean,
No, this isn't fun. It's not fun hate.
No. And he's also getting crazy, too. Everything's a witch hunt and a hoax. Everything's crazy.
Yeah.
He does sound like a crazy man now, where I think for a couple of years he just sounded like a evil man who was crazy. I don't know. But God help us is what I say, if he's around or she's around.
I hope she does.
Josh, tell the people what they can, when they are getting involved with Thought Spiral.
Yeah.
What can they, is there, and they want to, and during the week, and what's coming up? Is there anything coming up in the Thought Spiral world that you would like to talk about?
You can do some of this too.
Ladies and gentlemen, today, what's the name of the movie? Who Do You Think You Are?
All right. I'm taking it back. I'm taking back the baton.
Sorry, I apologize.
You blew the relay. You blew the whole event.
Jesus Christ.
We're not even
What's the point?
We're not even going to get bronze now.
I don't even want to give it the dignity of responding to that horrible thing I did.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for listening this week. If you want to support the show, go to buymeacoffee.com/thoughtspiral and buy us a coffee. Also, reviews are nice on iTunes. The 5 stars and the nice words. We like them very much. Very nice with the nice words.
They like the thing with the ladies.
And then if you like me, and I hope you do, you'll go check out my movie, Michael DeBar, Who Do You Want Me to Be? Available wherever movies are on demand, except for iTunes, where it'll be in a couple weeks. And if you like comedy in a Jewy way, I retweeted your review this week too, I think, or at least I did it with the podcast, which was a nice review.
Yeah, it was.
They loved you, and I love, and I like that they felt the need to go, well, you could hate him, but if you don't hate him, you're going to love him.
The truth is the truth, my friend.
No matter
how
absolutely.
It would have been worse as you could hate him or you could really hate him.
Right. No, I thought it was, I think
cool.
It's fair to say, but I thought it was a nice review.
It was fun. And I'm sorry.
Okay, you got it.
I had nothing, and I thought you were done.
I was pretty much done. I mean, I'm not as done as the next gesture would indicate.